Hello. Had an interesting conversation actually a few nights back with a couple of travellers, Mouse and Jules, and we all get the same thing. We've never discussed it before. I'm trying not to make this a lengthy video, but I just want to be open and honest as normal. So we all got the same thing. When we've parked up with somebody in particular, or even if we haven't parked up but we've been to a beautiful area that we absolutely love, and we feel that it's been nice and we've had a nice time and we're sort of calm and relaxed and all the rest of it, as we drive away we get a sense of longing, a sense of sadness. And we've never really bothered discussing that before, but it's an interesting sort of concept really. I just wondered if anybody else gets it. And the conversation led on to lots of different things really. What I've never said on video before is, I don't want to say suffer, right? I was going to say I suffer from. I'm not going to say that. I deal with, or I manage, that's probably better. I manage something called dysthymia. Dysthymia is D-Y-S-T-H-Y-M-I-A, dysthymia. And dysthymia, I don't have all the recognised sort of traits of dysthymia, but I have most of them, and have for many, many years, probably forever, when I was a child and even now. So dysthymia, or dysthymia. So what is dysthymia? Well, it's a form of depression. I've spoken about depression before, as you're probably fully aware. And it's a weird sort of depression. It's not a debilitating depression like depression, like manic depression or bipolar, or if you're suffering from clinical depression. Bodes, hey, come on love, hey, come on, good boy. But dysthymia is with you all the time, 24/7. You get a sense sometimes of, it's probably unbelievable really, because you've seen the videos with me laughing and chuckling away, and I do, because I manage it, and I manage it on a very, very deep psychological level. I've learnt to manage it. But you get a sense of, obviously a sense of longing and tiredness and pissed off feeling, and a bit down, the blues or whatever. But it's continuous. It's 24/7, 365. It's with you all the time. It's an odd thing really. But I manage it, I think to a degree we've got to say try and stop saying I suffer from depression, I suffer from this, I suffer from anxiety. I mean, I suffer from dysthymia, I suffer from insomnia, I suffer from osteoarthritis, I suffer from these bloody new malarkey in my heart, these ectopic beats or whatever they're called. But I don't, I manage. Getting a bit blowy out here. Should we go in? Look at my little dog. Yeah, smiling. I manage my whatever condition. It is a condition, that's what they call it. So it's not going to be a long video. I just thought I'd be honest and just let you know that really. And of course you're going to say, well, hang on, how do you manage? I'm suffering from anxiety or depression or whatever, how do you manage? That's too difficult to get into. It really is. You've got to have a very, very deep sense of knowing yourself, really deeply know yourself, and believe in yourself and trust yourself and all the rest of it, but really get to know yourself on such a massive, deep, deep level. So yeah, once you know yourself, then you can know your little triggers and the problems of life that start causing dysthymia or depression or anxiety or whatever it is that you may be feeling or going through, managing, dealing with, or if you want to call it, suffering with. Bose, let's go in mate, it's a bit windy. Come on darling, come on. So it is just trying to get things organised in your head really. And I think if you really know yourself, then you start to understand, come on boat, then you start to understand the little tiny triggers. My mood swings, which hardly show to the outside world, I'm always, turn that water off, get on the couch, good boy now. I'm always mildly depressed, and that's what dysthymia is. I'm always mildly depressed. Most people would never ever know or pick up on it, and that's cool. But my mood swings is about the same all the time, and then sometimes they just start going down a bit. But I can sense and feel and know these and understand these little triggers, little bits. And I say, stop, hang on, right, where are we going with this? Okay, let's go back up a little bit, you know. And I've got an itchy nose. You know, everybody should manage rather than suffer from. By suffering, it's kind of like laying down and just accepting, yeah, I'm just suffering, you know. But you know, you should be dealing with or managing whatever condition you've been diagnosed with to the best of your ability. You know, sometimes you can't, and I understand that. And I'm not knocking depression at all. You know, depression is debilitating. It's awful, terrible, and really so is dysthymia to a degree. But because I know myself and I can go down a level or two, I stop and I think, hang on a minute, and then I do the things that I love to do. That's rewiring my brain. You know, there's like a little bit of a chemical imbalance and all the rest of it, and we need to get just on top of that, just on top of our sort of deep thoughts, and just lift ourselves up above. It's a walk in nature for me. I stroke my dog, play with my dog, play ball and be silly, and it makes me smile. Actually gives me a lovely warm feeling, a feeling of love. I love doing my art, and I think for me, as I'm saying this now, this dysthymia, it's for me to manage it is by managing it with love. I've never even thought about that before till this very second. I love being out in nature. I love doing my art. I love doing my dog. So when I have things that I love, that overrides this sense of just coming down into sort of depression, you know. So I fill that up with a bit of love, and that works for me. Might not work for everybody, but I mean, you find your own way. So I'll end the video here, but I'm just going to say that I think it's important to just use words correctly sometimes, you know. Oh, I suffer with so-and-so. I don't, you see, I don't suffer with it. I manage dysthymia. That's what I do, I manage it. You know, I've learned to live with it, so therefore I manage it. Simple as that. That's about it really, you know. But it's finding whatever works for you. And the most important thing in this video really is to know yourself. Really get to know yourself. That might sound absolutely ridiculous. There's so many people, you know, they go through life, they don't even know themselves. They don't know themselves. You can live till you're 40, 50, 60, 70 and still not truly know yourself. You know, I've got the ability after all these years to really understand and know myself. Yeah, know yourself. Really important. So I hope it's not a down video, because there's nothing wrong with me whatsoever. I just manage how I feel. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying that I manage it on whatever levels I can, and I think you can find your way through as well and manage whatever you've got on your levels. And it may not be stroking your dog or walking in nature or doing art, you know, it could be writing a piece of music, writing a piece of poetry, whatever it may be, you know. But yeah, know yourself. Find out what it works for, you know, what works rather for you, and manage whatever condition you've got. Know yourself. Take care, be well and try and be beautiful. Ta-ra then.